Level 1. The Dreamer. It's 1 a.m. and you're scrolling a video titled, "I quit my 9 to 5 with $40,000 in YouTube money." You have 47 subscribers, most of them family. You work retail for $14.50 an hour, and you've watched this video 4 times like it's a manual. No camera, no lights, just a cracked iPhone screen and a Notes app idea rewritten 11 times. Never filmed. Tonight's the night, you tell yourself. It isn't. You fall asleep with the app open, and somewhere in a server farm, an algorithm decides it has nothing to recommend you for because you don't exist to it yet. Level 2. The Uploader. You post video 1, 4 minutes, 6 hours of editing on a free app with a watermark you forgot to remove. You refresh the page 9 times in 10 minutes. 3 views. 2 are you, one's probably your mom. You post again the next week, then the week after. You're not getting views, you're getting a habit, a reason to open your laptop instead of your fridge at 9 p.m. Nobody tells you the first 20 uploads are basically tuition. You learn that the hard way, 3 views at a time. Level 3. The Obsessive. 4 months in, you've watched every How the Algorithm Works video that exists. You know CTR, average view duration, retention curves. You build a spreadsheet tracking every video's first hour performance like a stock ticker. You rewrite a title 6 times after publishing because a forum said the first 24 hours decide everything. You stop watching shows you love because now you're studying, dissecting thumbnails of million-subscriber channels like they're coded messages. Watching YouTube stopped being relaxing. It's a second job that hasn't started paying yet. Level 4. The Breakthrough. One video does something the other 40 didn't. Nothing changed. Same desk, same phone camera, but the graph goes up and doesn't come back down. 200 views become 2,000, then 20,000. You refresh the page all night, except now the number won't sit still. You're not making content anymore. You're watching a slot machine that hasn't stopped spinning. By morning, 80,000 views, 1,200 new subscribers overnight. You did this once. You have no idea if you can do it again. Neither does anyone else who's ever uploaded a video. Level 5. The Chaser. You spend 2 months trying to clone the video that hit. Same format, same pacing, same red arrow thumbnail. Nothing repeats. A video you're proud of gets 400 views. A rushed one you almost skipped gets 50,000. There's no formula, no $97 course cheat code that actually works. You learn the algorithm doesn't reward effort, it rewards retention. And retention can be guessed at but never fully controlled. You stop trying to understand it and start trying to survive it. You keep posting because quitting now means the ones that hit happen for nothing. Level 6. The Small Business. You cross 10,000 subscribers. Your first brand email lands, a mobile game offering $150 for a 30-second read. You say yes, record it 15 times because sounding natural about a product you've never opened is harder than it looks. The PayPal payment hits. First dollar content has ever made you, even though it barely covers your $52 a month editing software. You start treating the channel like a real business. Content calendar, rate card, a folder for invoices and tax forms you didn't know you'd need. You're still clocking in at your day job. You're just also running a second one that doesn't pay enough yet to quit the first. Level 7. The Burnout. You're posting 3 times a week because every growth video says consistency beats quality. You're exhausted in a way sleep doesn't fix. Film, edit, thumbnail, title, upload, repeat. Somewhere in that loop, the part of you that loved this checked out. A video underperforms and you take it personally like the audience rejected you instead of 40 seconds of footage. You compare yourself to a channel that started after you and is already 10 times your size. You don't know their luck or their team. You only know the gap. You think about quitting more seriously than you've thought about anything in years. You don't. You just post less, feel guilty about it, and the guilt makes the break stop feeling like a break. Level 8. The Pivot. The niche you started in isn't the one performing. The videos that actually move are different from the ones you set out to make. Nobody warns you about this choice. Stay loyal to the original idea and stay small, or follow the data and become something you didn't plan on. You pivot. Some early subscribers leave, confused. New ones arrive who never saw the old version. You quietly mourn the channel you thought you were building while building the one that's actually working. Nobody claps for this moment. It just happens, one upload at a time, until you scroll back to your first 10 videos and barely recognize who made them. Level 9. The team. You can't keep doing this alone. You hire your first editor off a freelance site, $20 a video faster than you, somehow understands your pacing better than you do. You write him a style doc explaining your jokes, your cuts, the things that make a video feel like you. Edit 1 comes back wrong. Edit 4, he gets it. You just taught another human to think like you. You hire a thumbnail designer, then a part-time scriptwriter. You're no longer a guy with a camera. You're running a small operation, spending more time managing people than making things. Not the dream you signed up for, but the only way the dream survives past a certain size. Level 10. The plateau. You're at 150,000 subscribers and growth has flatlined. You're making the same quality video that used to grow you fast and now it just sits there. You learn audiences aren't loyal to you, they're loyal to a feeling, and the feeling is fragile. Smaller channels lap you in a month because they found something you haven't. You stop checking your subscriber count daily, not because you stopped caring, but because checking it stopped telling you anything useful. You're making a real living off this now. You're just not chasing the dream version anymore. You're doing the job version, quieter, a little sadder, far more sustainable than anything the breakthrough era showed you. Level 11, the algorithm shift. YouTube changes something. Nobody announces it. You just feel it. Your videos that used to average a 45% click-through rate now sit at 30%, and nothing about your content changed. Forums fill with theories, shorts cannibalizing watch time, a new recommendation model no one really knows, not even the engineers inside the company. You spend weeks adjusting things that might not even matter, because doing something feels better than doing nothing while your ad revenue quietly drops 40% in a month. You learn the hardest lesson of platform-based work. You don't own your audience, you rent attention from a system that can rewrite the lease without telling you. Level 12, the diversifier. You stop putting everything into one platform. You launch a second channel. You build an email list because 150,000 subscribers can vanish behind one algorithm update, but an email list is actually yours. You try a paid Discord, a small course, a merch drop. Some of it works, some embarrasses you when you reread the 2 a.m. launch emails overselling something you weren't sure would land. But slowly the income stops depending on one number on one platform owned by one company. You stop being a YouTuber and start being something closer to a small media business, even if at parties you still just say, "I make videos." Level 13, the veteran. Years have passed. You've watched 3 waves of new creators rise and burn out faster than you did. You know the cycle by heart now. Obsession, breakthrough, chase, burnout, pivot, because you lived it once and watched 100 strangers live it since in your comments and DMs. New creators ask how you made it, and you can't explain that there wasn't one moment, there were 1,000 small ones, most of which felt like failure while they were happening. You're not chasing virality anymore. You're not refreshing analytics every hour. You make what you want, post when you have something worth posting, and the channel that nearly broke you in year 2 has quietly become the most stable part of your life. Nobody warns you that the success you actually end up with looks nothing like the one you were dreaming about at 1 a.m., scrolling, cracked screen, 47 subscribers. Certain tonight was finally the night. If you want to become a YouTuber too, first, help me grow.